Now let us discuss Essay 220, Quality Control for an Audit of Financial Statements. Scope of this essay. These standards on auditing deals with specific responsibilities of auditor regarding quality control procedures for an audit of financial statements. It also addresses, where applicable, the responsibilities of engagement quality control reviewer. Objectives of this essay. The objective of the auditor is to implement quality control procedures at the engagement level that provides the auditor with reasonable assurance that the audit complies with professional standards and regulatory and legal requirements, and the auditor report issued is appropriate in the circumstances. Let's see the definitions. Engagement partners. It refers to the partner or other person in the firm who is responsible for the audit engagement and its performance and for the auditor's report that is issued on behalf of the firm, and who, where required, has the appropriate authority from a professional, legal or regulatory body. Now, what is engagement quality control review? A process designed to provide an objective evaluation before the report is issued of the significant judgments the engagement team made and the conclusions they reached in formulating the report. Engagement quality control reviewer. What is engagement quality control reviewer? A partner, other person in the firm, suitably qualified external person, or a team made up of such individuals with sufficient and appropriate experience and authority to objectively evaluate before the report is issued the significant judgments the engagement team made and the conclusions they reached in formulating the report. However, in case of review is done by a team of individuals, such team should be headed by a member of the institute. Now, what is engagement team? All personnel performing an engagement, including any experts contracted by the firm in connection with that management. The term engagement team exclude individuals within the client's internal audit function who provide direct assistance on an audit engagement when the external auditor complies with the requirement of SA 610. Now, what are relevant ethical requirements? Throughout the audit engagement, the engagement partner shall remain alert for non-compliance with relevant ethical requirements by members of engagement team. If matters come to the engagement partner's attention that indicates that members of the engagement team have not complied with relevant ethical requirements, the engagement partner, in consultation with others in the firm, shall determine the appropriate action. Now, independence. The engagement partner shall form a conclusion on compliance with independence requirements. In doing so, the engagement partner shall obtain relevant information to identify circumstances and relationship that creates threats to independence, evaluate information on identified breaches of the firm's independence policies and procedures, and take appropriate action to eliminate such threats or reduce them on an acceptably low level, or to withdraw from audit engagement. Now, acceptance and continuance of client relationships and audit engagement. This is important. The engagement partner shall be satisfied that appropriate procedures regarding the acceptance and continuance of client relationship and audit engagement have been followed. SQC1 requires the firm to obtain information before accepting engagement. Information such as the following assist the engagement partner in determining whether the conclusions reached regarding the acceptance and continuance of client relationship and audit engagements are appropriate. The integrity of principal owners, key management and TCWG of the entity, whether the engagement team is competent to perform the audit engagement and has the necessary capabilities including time and resource, whether the firm and the engagement team can comply with the relevant ethical requirements, and the significant matter that have arisen during the current and or previous audit engagement and their implications for continuing the relationships. Now, what are preliminary duties of engagement partner? The engagement partner shall be satisfied that the engagement team have appropriate competence and capabilities to perform the audit engagement in accordance with the professional standards and regulatory requirements and enable to issue an auditor's report. Engagement partner shall take responsibility for the direction, supervision, and performance of the audit engagement in a compliance with the professional standards and regulatory legal requirement. Ensure that audit review is being performed before the date of audit report. It includes review of audit documentation, discussion with management, etc. Also ensure that management team undertakes proper consultation both within or outside the firm on difficult or contentious matters. Now, what is engagement quality control review? For audits of financial statements of listed entities and those other audit engagement for which the engagement quality control reviews is required, the engagement partner shall determine that an engagement quality control reviewer has been appointed, discuss significant matters with the engagement quality control reviewer, and not date the audit report until completion of the engagement quality control review. The engagement quality control reviewer shall evaluate the following: discussion of significant matters with the engagement partner, review of financial statements and the proposed audit reports, review of selected audit documentation, and conclusions reached in formulating the auditor's report and consideration of whether the proposed auditor's report is appropriate. For audits of financial statements of listed entities, the engagement quality control reviewer shall also consider the following: the engagement team's evaluation of the firm's independence, whether the appropriate consultation has taken place and the conclusions arising from those consultations, whether audit documentation selected for reviews reflected the work performed and supports the conclusions reached. Differences of opinion. If difference of opinion arise within the engagement team with those consulted or between the engagement partner and the engagement quality control reviewer, the engagement team shall follow the firm's policies and procedures for dealing with and resolving differences of opinion. Documentation. The auditor shall document issue identified with respect to compliance with relevant ethical requirements and how they were resolved, conclusions on compliance with independence requirements, conclusions reached regarding the acceptance and continuance of client relationships and audit engagement, the consultations undertaken during the course of audit. The engagement quality control reviewer shall document for the audit engagement review that the procedure for engagement quality control review have been performed. The engagement quality control review has been completed on or before the date of auditor's report, and the reviewer is not aware of any unresolved matters. So this is all about SA 220.